Alright, so what I learned during this module in regards to the role of assistive tech in the classroom is that it allows disabled students to perform tasks and have some independence and also have active involvement in the classroom, and it supports diverse learners in the ways that they learn and the ways that we have to have modifications and modifications. My past experience with tech and assistive tech was linkable screens, so you could plug in a laptop and have it displayed on the screen. You could link screens so that people could, be working on the same project. It's kind of way back. I actually had experience with the huge computers that were black and green, and have seen how they've changed and the new things that you can do and the new ways to utilize them. And so I've also worked with students through my job that I had previously with an interactive word board, so they were nonverbal, but they had all the intelligence, and so this word board allowed them to push buttons and create sentences so we could communicate. And they were choppy sentences, but we still got the point across better than we would have with just science and things, because I don't know the American Standard Sign Language. I have also seen open seating and experienced open seating, interactive stations, and stations that had two heights for the same item. I saw that in a preschool classroom, and so there was a student who was in a wheelchair, so they had multiple heights of the same thing, and you could choose whichever one you wanted to do. They didn't single it out as you have to use this one because of your wheelchair, but it was an option so they didn't get left out on the sensory bin. The most interesting or applicable thing that I found is in this thing was that even if a district it can't afford the newest, highest cost item, the parent still has the right to demand it. When I was first reading about that, that was a little bit frustrating because as a parent, I would want the best for my kid, but as a teacher, I also understand that there is no budget a lot of the times for things in the school's budget. However, they can utilize outside resources and outside affiliations in order to get those if it's not something that's in the budget. So it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, it just means there's going to be a little more work to get those products in the classroom for the students. And 3 applications that were in the assistive tech that were not referenced. Thinking about it, I was considering a device for hearing and speech and an interactive keyboard. And then for hearing impaired students, one of the ones is where the teacher wears a mic and there is a speaker at the student's desk so that they can hear what the teacher's saying. Another one that I thought would be good and interesting that they didn't really mention was ball seats. So they are, in essence, the seat that's a ball. And so those are good for students who have a hard time sitting still. They can kind of bounce and fidget, and it really helps get a lot of that energy out so they can focus on the lesson. And then there was also large print handouts I thought were great for those who might be able to see but have a hard time with the little bitty letters. And you can also use pictographs handouts or pictograph things on a tablet or iPad for younger students who are not English proficient. And crayons of different shape for those who have hard time holding things. They could be triangle shaped to make it a little easier to pinch, or round shaped just to kind of get the coloring concept for those who have a hard time holding and doing fine motor skills. And then some children have sensory issues, and so for them, one of the things you might want to have is gloves, because although they want to do the project, the thought of paint or any other thing touching their skin just makes their skin crawl, so that's something that we would have to look at. Thank you for your time. That's what I really got out of this lesson, and I'm hoping to learn a little bit more.